If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, or salesperson, today's video is for you. Last week, I'm giving a keynote in LA, Granada Hills, California, to about 200-300 loan officers and realtors. And I open it up with asking a question, what's keeping you up at night? One of the ladies on this side raises her hand and she says, Pat, my phone is no longer ringing the way it was 6 to 12 months ago. And my answer to her shocked the entire crowd, but it's exactly what I needed to hear. In LA, I asked this question. She says, Pat, my phone's no longer ringing. The moment she says that to me, I went back to the 21-year-old PBD selling at Bally Total Fitness in Culver City. Visually, I'm there. I'm sitting in the corner with a couple thousand names of people that have come into the gym before for me to call. Francisco Davis is sitting here, Dexter McClendon, Danny Molino, Joey Reyes, Silvio Reyes, Ruben Rimmer, Lay Mowat, Donna, Barney. I got everybody that I'm looking at. I remember everything about this place. 1 month. I'm like, how come no one's coming to buy a membership from me? How come I'm not getting any walk-ins? How come I'm not getting any telephone inquiries? No one was buying from me. And I go to Cisco, I said, I don't think the sales thing's for me. He said, listen, you got to know one thing here. I said, what's that? He says, no one's going to call you because you're not big yet. You're going to do a lot of calling until people call you. He says, don't worry about people calling you. Dial. I told her, I said, you don't have a people calling you problem. You have a dialing out problem. The people that make it in sales, no matter what the economy is, good, bad, and ugly, are the ones that if we were to pull up their report on their phones, and you see the report on their phones, they call out more than people calling. Do you know why? Because you control your destiny. I'm calling out, I'm dialing, I'm prospecting. I'm calling, how you doing, John? Mary, what do you think about the current economy? What's keeping you up at night? What do you think about what's going on with real estate? Did you see what Jerome Powell did with the rates? Another 0.5 point went up. How do you process this? What do you think about this? I'm calling them. Let me tell you what I'm hearing from the experts. Here's what we know. We don't know anything. Anybody that tells you anything, they don't know anything. Whatever I tell you in regards to this, I also don't know anything. All I can tell you is, here's what 7 experts have said. Buffett said this. This person said this, Bloomberg said this, B of A said this, Citi said this, Goldman Sachs said this, Morgan Stanley said this. So the truth is probably somewhere right there. Based on that, here's what I suggest we do. But I'm calling. Here's the reality. If I call and my competitors are probably not going to call, guess who wins? I'm at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. 9/11 happens. Prior to that, if you walked into Morgan Stanley Dean Witter's Glendale office, 9th floor, I believe, it was so loud. Everyone's on the phone, headset, looking sharp, 3-piece suit, boom, calling, talking, 9/11 happens. Silence. No one's calling. Silence. Next day, no one's calling. The following day, 9/13, no one's calling. 9/14, no one was calling anybody. They were frightened until one day they sat us down and they said, hey guys, the guy in the corner, frightened of the phone. He says, look, here's 2 issues you got. Some of you are afraid. Customers are calling in. The stockbrokers were not answering the phones. They were afraid to answer the phones because they knew the client's going to say, I just lost $800,000. I just lost $300,000. I just lost $2.8 million. What are we going to do with my money? They were so afraid. But the people that made it long term were the ones that made the calls and they said, before you call me, Johnny, I wanted to be proactive and I wanted to call you. Here's what's going on. The industry right now, most people are not answering their calls by their clients. And most people are not making the calls to their clients. I just want to tell you, I'm in this business long term, and I'm here to call you and tell you what I think is going on. This is a scary sight for a lot of different people, but we're going to go through this together. Do you know what that phone? Say you got 2 people. One makes that phone call, the other one doesn't make that phone call. Who do you think is winning long term? The guy making that phone call. This is the season of those who are proactive. This is the season of those who are building relationships. This is the season of those who play offense and go talk to their clients, make the calls, not waiting for everybody to call them. If you only DM, if you only text, if you only send emails today, that's the season of the cowards. If you call or do Zoom or face-to-face, that's the season of leaders. And everybody in the marketplace is going to reward leaders in today's economy, especially in 2023. So if you want to stand out in 2023, be proactive, pick up the phone, make the call, make the Zoom, and even better, go see them face to face. They're going to respect your courage and they're going to say, babe, if there's one thing I know about Johnny, Larry, Mary, he or she's in that long call. We're working with the right person. Fantastic. Glad to hear. While everybody else like cockroaches disappears from the industry, you become a leader. That's all of a sudden a person goes from making 120 per year to 890. From a small business doing 1.8 million a year to 7.2 in times like 2022, 2023. Having said that, I got another video I want you to watch, specifically if you're in real estate and loans. It's a video about 7 things you can do to stand out during these scary times in the real estate industry. If you've never seen it, click here to watch it. If you got value from this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.